Unreal win out of the Phillies today. It wasn't an offensive affair. It wasn't this powerhouse lineup, but what it was a game where this team showed their versatility. You're not going to score 8 runs every game. You're not going to score double-digit runs every game, but you're going to have to find certain different ways to win ball games, and the Phillies did that today to win this series against the Twins and win this game 2-1. Outstanding performance by Zach Eflin on the mound. He goes 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 earned run, which was a solo leadoff shot to start this ball game. 5 Ks and 105 pitches. I was surprised that Gabe Kapler even put him back into the game in the 7th inning with 94 pitches already on the bump. I was very surprised. I was at the ball game sitting up top at the 300 level in right field screaming my entire face off. It was an awesome day. Great atmosphere. Phenomenal weather. It really was just a beautiful day down at Citizens Bank Park. So we go down early because of Zach Eflin, and I was surprised. I really was. He had such a great performance against the Nats. To see it start off just like that for a solo rocket out of the ballpark, I thought, damn, are we really going to do this? But he did a great job after that. Seriously, a great job. And the offensive side wasn't really picking him up until late in this game, and we will get to that. Berrios, on the other side, had a phenomenal day on the mound for the Twins. I really do believe that. He pitched his heart out. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 3 and had 7 Ks. But I thought he did a really good job with the Phillies lineup throughout. It just, there was one thing, and it might have to do with Rhys Hoskins, that maybe changed this whole ball game around. So top 4, Andrew Mccucthen out in left field with a cannon, a gun, a hose to home plate to keep this 1-0. The ballpark went crazy. It was electric. The place got going. Everyone was all hype. What a serious throw. What a threat out there in left field to have a cannon like that to gun someone out. Real Muto, catch and tag. Outstanding. Kept this baseball game more in reach. And this is where the difference maker really was. And once again, it does start with Andrew Mccucthen. It was bottom 6th. Mccucthen with an outstanding knowledge of the game to go from first to third on a ground ball, on a ground out, because no one was covering third base. He was running to second on the ground ball. No one was covering third whatsoever. He goes to third. Now, Rhys Hoskins comes up to plate. A professional at-bat. Fouling off pitches, seeing a bunch of different stuff, staying alive, and with a full count with Andrew Mccucthen on third, he goes yard by this much. I mean, this is a Citizens Bank Park home run by this much. It just goes over the wall, but that's all that matters. And we take a 2-1 lead. Now, my personal opinion, why would you even pitch to Rhys Hoskins? Why would you pitch to Rhys Hoskins in that situation? There's already a guy on third base. What does putting a legitimate bat like Rhys Hoskins on first base really do for you? Nothing, because you can have Real Muto up the bat who's hitting less than 200. Why would you not walk Rhys Hoskins and put Real Muto up to the plate? I know that Rhys Hoskins struck out twice already in the ballgame, but that was just dumb logic by the Twins, and it really costed them. That is the reason why you intentionally walk someone like Rhys Hoskins when there's already someone on third. That is the exact reason, and you pay for it when you don't use your knowledge. Don't tell me because Rhys struck out twice already that's why you made that decision. Because how I see it in my eyes, well, if he struck out twice already, that means he's due for a dinger. He's due for a dinger, and that's exactly what he did. The place was nuts, screaming up and down, high-fiving all the people around me, twirling this $10 shirt I bought up, all the people walking around with the shopping carts. I always get suckered into that. I really do. I always get suckered into the $10 shirts from the shopping cart people. Great shirt, though. Come on. Rhys and Harper? Are you serious? Now, speaking of Harper, he goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks, but he was a player today that affected the game with just hustle, getting on base. That's what he does. He was actually in the he was the reason why Andrew Mccucthen actually ended up getting to third base on that play. So Bryce Harper affected the game, even though he didn't get a hit. And he had a stolen base in there, and I've been saying this for multiple games in a row now. His hustle on the bases has been extremely noticeable. The aggressiveness and the way he stole that base today, it got everyone going. I loved it. Robertson stepped in the 8th inning and did his job for 2 outs. Adam Morgan comes in and finishes the job in the 8th. And then the question, who's going to come out for the 9th? Well, Hector Neris, of all people, comes rolling out. How's his splitter going to be? Well, it was good enough. And bang, 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 we get the job done at Citizens Bank Park to win the series. We have yet to fall in a series. We are 6-2. Hallelujah. Hallelujah for Hector Neris to come in and get a legitimate save. We need to realize this bullpen, the back end of the bullpen, it needs to get kind of firm with what roles are. And Hector Neris steps in and does his job today. No one knows their role in the back end of the bullpen, and that was always the problem last year with Gabe Kapler. No one knew their roles in regards to the lineup every day and where people are going to be because we switch it all the time. Now everyone's set in stone. I was even surprised to see Cesar Hernandez going today instead of Scott Kingery. That's something we would have done last year. Oh, Cesar's having a tough time. Let's switch around everything. Let's put Scott Kingery in there. Well, Gabe Kapler decided to go with the same lineup because everyone knows their role. In this bullpen right now, no one knows. No one really knows what their role really is right now. And it's kind of a cluster. But what do we have next? We have a chance to go up against the Nationals at home, and I believe Vinny V is going to be on the mound for that one. So it'll be interesting to see what he will provide for this baseball club. But for today, you got to tip your cap to Zach Eflin, because to start it off the way that he did with that type of struggle, a leadoff dinger, to finish the day 7 innings, and only allowing that 1 earned run and going 105 pitches. He did a truly remarkable job on the bump today, and I was very proud of him to bounce back like that. That's how 2 very solid starts out of Zach Eflin. I know a lot of people said break out Pivetta. Well, maybe it's Zach Eflin that's going to keep going with this hot streak. We need him to get hot and stay hot. We need someone to step up like that, and Zach Eflin did a tremendous job today. And obviously, offensively, Rhys Hoskins had 2 hits, right? And the big home run and the 2 RBIs. But 2 hits, that's half of our 4 today. But I like that. I know it wasn't the 8-run day. I know it wasn't a day where the lineup had 15 hits. That's not going to happen every day. We have the power to do that, but it's not going to happen every day. And good baseball teams, they find ways to win like this. They find ways to get that big hit when they need to. And Rhys Hoskins was that. You might have to rely on pitching some nights. You might have to rely on the bat some nights. You might have to rely on defense some nights. That's just how it is. But good teams do that, and they find those wins. And the Phillies did that today. We did have a chance in the 8th to add insurance. We had 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, and we weren't able to knock any runs in. But I thought there was a good test, though. Even though I wanted them to knock in the runs, of course. I wanted the insurance, but it was a good test for the bullpen to come out and try and win a 1-run ball game, and we did just that. So I'm proud, and I love the environment down there at the park. I really do. To see the fans all ready to rock and roll with this baseball club, to see the seats packed. I remember going to games last year, and it was a joke. It was a joke, and it was nice for me because it was very cheap as the broke college kid life continues here for me. It was nice and cheap, and now the tickets are going up, but that's great because it means baseball is back. On my ride home, listening to sports radio, we're talking about a time where we haven't even mentioned the NFL draft yet. We're talking about a time when the Sixers are ready to go into the playoffs. We're talking Phillies baseball. We're talking Phillies baseball. We're talking the Zach Eflin on the mound and the fact that we have someone like Rhys Hoskins. I know Real Muto has been struggling as of late, and it's pretty obvious that offensively he has been struggling, but he will figure it out. He's done a great job at the dish behind the plate. He's been throwing balls back to second base, throwing guys out. He had a chance today to kind of catch someone off guard at second base. I love what he provides defensively. He will pick it up in that 5th spot in the lineup, but you just take a look at what Rhys has done and the power of him being in between someone like Bryce Harper and Real Muto, and it just adds value. It really does, because his numbers are outrageous. He's continuing to crush the ball, and I know that was a Citizens Bank Park home run. Let's be real. That ball is not going out in every ballpark, but the only thing that matters was it was in Citizens Bank Park, and it just went over the tippy top of the fence as the Phillies get the 2-1 win. So I loved it. It was such a great environment down there in South Philly. Let me know your thoughts down below on Zach Eflin, Rhys Hoskins, Andrew Mccucthen, and that absolute gun to home plate to kind of keep the game in reach at 1-0 in a really tough spot for the Phillies offensively there. It was tremendous. And for Gabe Kapler to give Zach Eflin the nod in the 7th after having 94 pitches already, that's something you don't really see as he finishes with 105. Very interesting. Definitely different from what we've seen last year out of Gabe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.